See no trouble? Oh, that's an understatement. Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King, this is pure survival. And I don't blame Diddy Glover because he's not going down by himself. So we must meditate. Salute to the lounge in the building. First, we must blow out the freak off candles. Salute to Miss Red. D Dot, we in the building. Shit is getting crazy. Oh, Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, I tried my hardest to believe that y'all two high-powered women, all the money and the power and the goddamn success, that y'all would not be a part of this whole freak-off saga. This is fucking crazy. Diddy Glover is in court right now, about to get bail. They're about to let Diddy Glover out of jail. I'm telling you, we're going to all watch Diddy Glover walk out of this goddamn jail. Salute to everybody in the building. Smash that like button. Diddy Glover is not playing no motherfucking games. Diddy is telling on everybody. I'm telling you, Oprah, you and Gayle King was having a freak off together. Oh, this is crazy. What did y'all do with Stedman? Somebody tell me, where the fuck did they put Stedman? Oprah Winfrey, this woman allegedly got a freak off dungeon in her house. And the feds is talking about running in motherfucking Oprah Winfrey's freak off dungeon. Diddy Glover agrees to testify that Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King are on 200 motherfucking freak off tapes. Pure survival. And he has a copy of all of it. This is crazy. Y'all got to get the likes up. Why ain't nobody tell me that Gayle King and motherfucking Oprah Winfrey was having a freak off together? I thought Oprah Winfrey cared about the goddamn children. You be going to all these motherfucking countries acting like you caring about the kids. Allegedly, they saying that Gayle King and motherfucking Oprah Winfrey was having freak offs and they were alleged minors. Some young girls, I'm talking about Regina on Regina, pure survival, that was having a lesbian freak off. And Diddy Glover got the shit on tape. That's crazy. Diddy Glover got Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King on tape. This shit is crazy. God damn it, let's pray for goddamn Stedman. Nobody cares about motherfucking Stedman. Everybody said, Stedman, shut the fuck up. You should be happy that you got a woman that got money. Pure survival. But when they leave Stedman home and just got him sitting in a motherfucking wheelchair, probably with a tennis ball stuck in his mouth, pure survival, and she is out rubbing vaginas with motherfucking Gayle King. This is fucking insane. Oprah Winfrey, we are right now on Diddy watch. If they let Diddy out the door, oh, they gonna take Oprah Winfrey in there too. They running in motherfucking Oprah's house. This is gonna look bad. They taking down all the billionaires. All of the black billionaires is going down. This is crazy. We gotta get motherfucking what's that boy name? Ashton Kutcher, come on, we got to get some of the white ones. We got to get motherfucking Clive Davis, him and his diapers. Everybody is going down. Diddy do not give a fuck. He telling Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King, oh my God, 200 fucking freak off tapes. Oh, this is crazy. They said Oprah can make a wiener disappear. Pure survival. She can make a whole limo disappear. Regina hairs, everything. This shit is crazy. They said that shit smell like fucking old 1914 pubic hairs. This shit crazy. Pure survival.
Oprah's darkest secret, exposing the alleged affair and blackmail scandal with Gayle King. In a shocking turn of events, the entertainment world has been rocked by a series of revelations that paint a dark and twisted picture of the relationship between two of the most powerful women in media.
How is the two most powerful women in media was having a secret gay, a lesbian love affair? Why would y'all go to Diddy Glover's house? That's the thing. Y'all get all that money and don't give a fuck and get all that power and don't care. Oprah, I'm telling you right now, you ain't the Oprah from The Color Purple, pure survival. You're not the motherfucking Oprah from Brewster Place. You're not the same woman. You got all that money and started Everything that Monique said, that's what you was trying to do. You was trying to make Monique. I'm telling you, there's a secret society. And this is a secret society that y'all was living, and now it's all coming out. Pure survival. So when you was adopting all the motherfucking kids in them other countries, were y'all bringing those, trying to fly them kids over and turn them into freak off hostages? Now I'm confused. Pure survival. 200 sick freak off tapes. And I'm not even mad at Diddy Glover. Everybody want to talk about Diddy Glover. It's about time that Diddy Glover start telling on these people. Pure survival. Why do Diddy got to be the only one locked the fuck up? Now, I'm not taking up for Diddy, but it's more sick people in the fucking industry. And Oprah Winfrey played like she was just this wonderful, wonderful lady, would do nothing, and you just care about the motherfucking kids. But then they're saying that the trafficking shit, that there was connections allegedly through Oprah getting some young girls from other countries, pure survival, and passing them over to Diddy Glover. And now Diddy Glover is telling on y'all, and he's trying to get out of jail right now because they trying to post Diddy's hearing until May. Diddy trying to get a speedy trial right now. They got so much footage that they can't even go through it during survival. They have so much baby oil, so much sperm, all types of shit. Oprah, I'm telling you, Gayle, you sat there and tried to act like you was scared of R. Kelly, pure survival. When you was interviewing R. Kelly, you kept trying to act like, oh, Robert, sit down. Come on, Robert. We're going to read a book. Stop. Robert, back up. You was acting like you was scared of R. Kelly. Gayle King, we should have been scared of you. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? This shit is sad. Y'all got to get them likes up. We are surviving Gayle King, and we are surviving Oprah Winfrey's secret freak off lesbian love affair. This shit crazy.
Oprah's darkest secret, exposing the alleged affair and blackmail scandal with Gayle King in a shocking turn of events. The entertainment world has been rocked by a series of revelations that paint a dark and twisted picture of the relationship between two of the most powerful women in media, Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King. The rumors and whispers that have long swirled around the nature of their close friendship have now been laid bare, with claims of a hidden romantic affair and a shocking campaign of blackmail and intimidation. The details of this scandalous saga, if true, have the potential to shatter the carefully curated public personas of these two media titans.
So they was blackmailing people. Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King was one of the top-notch people that was involved in Diddy's whole freak-off saga. This is crazy. So you got two powerful women, you know what I'm saying, that used their faces and pretended as if they didn't have nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? These are all people that got so much money, so much power, and y'all was over there at them freak off joints, and Diddy was being smart the whole time. When y'all coming over there freaking off pure survival, Diddy was recording every goddamn thing. So now he's sitting there and he made a deal with his lawyer and told the lawyer, look, go tell the judge, I'll give up some people. And now the first people they talking about is Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King. Pure survival? Oh man, this is crazy. And they saying that Gayle King and Oprah had a whole scandal and scams that they was running. Y'all know more about them than me. I'm just shocked that Diddy about to walk out the fucking door because they saying, look, we'll take Oprah and we'll take Gayle King. That is crazy. Prayers for fucking Stedman. Pure survival. This is sad.
Oprah's darkest secret, exposing the alleged affair and blackmail scandal with Gayle King in a shocking turn of events. The entertainment world has been rocked by a series of revelations that paint a dark and twisted picture of the relationship between two of the most powerful women in media, Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King. The rumors and whispers that have long swirled around the nature of their close friendship have now been laid bare, with claims of a hidden romantic affair and a
Claims of a hidden romantic affair. That is crazy. Leak your knee, leak your in. Salute to Unique and I'm so sorry I'm messing up your name. Pure survival. Salute to you hitting that motherfucking super chat. This is crazy. How many of y'all knew that Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King was having a secret lesbian love affair? You know what I mean? 200 freak off tapes. It's so much footage that they can't even go through the shit. This is crazy. You mess mine up all the time. Oh, I'm so sorry. Pure survival, Barbie. I know the end of the name, but I be messing it up. Did y'all know that Gayle King and Oprah Winfrey used to go together? Did y'all know that shit? I didn't even know that Oprah and Diddy had a close relationship. But like I said, that's smart on Diddy part to get people like them to come to them freak offs. Oprah, you saw them young girls there. They're saying allegedly you was connecting with the young girls that you was trying to adopt in other countries and was passing them off to Diddy Glover. This shit is about to be fucking insane when all that shit come out in court. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, Diddy is at a desperate state right now. So he taking everybody down with him. That's why Beyonce and Jay-Z so fucking mad, pure survival, because Jaguar Wright exposed them. Now they making them other motherfuckers apologize because Jay-Z and Beyonce already made a deal with the feds, pure survival. So the feds probably reached down to that dude, I forget, the white dude that interviewed Jaguar Wright, and said, look, Jay-Z and Beyonce already made a deal, pure survival. Take that shit down, because y'all gonna mess up the case. You know what I mean? You got celebrities that's snitching in this case and has already made deals with the feds. Pure survival. So I don't know why they want to take Oprah Winfrey down, but they told Diddy that's big enough. Give us Oprah and give us Gayle King. That's crazy. Pure survival.
Shocking campaign of blackmail and intimidation. The details of this scandalous saga, if true, have the potential to shatter the carefully curated public personas of these two media titans, exposing the ugly underbelly of the industry they have long dominated. From the gilded halls of Oprah's sprawling empire to the inner sanctum of King's high-profile news career, this story promises to leave no stone unturned, unearthing the sort of explosive revelations that could forever change the way we view these celebrated figures. The allegations, which have been corroborated by multiple sources close to the situation, paint a disturbing picture of a relationship that has been shrouded in secrecy for decades. According to the accounts,
so Gayle King and Oprah Winfrey was going together for decades. They've been having this secret lesbian love affair for decades. So imagine all the fucking connections that Oprah and Gayle King got both. Pure survival. So she was using her shit, hiding stuff in the underground, and so has motherfucking Oprah. Pure survival. And I'm not going to let Oprah try to take her glasses and put it over her nose to try to look like she innocent. She take her glasses and try to go like this. Pure survival. She tried to take her glasses and go like this so she can look innocent. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? You do it look at this shit. And look at her with them big ass motherfucking teeth. Pure survival. She take them big ass Gayle King teeth and then be rubbing it all up on motherfucking Oprah Winfrey's vagina. They got the tapes. 200 motherfucking tapes of these two right here freaking off in Diddy Glover's freak off dungeon, and they saying that Oprah Winfrey got a freak off dungeon underground in her motherfucking house too. Pure survival. How did they all got these freak off dungeons? They got freak off tunnels. They all was a part of this shit. While they sit in our face and they pretend for our children as they were good, decent, modest citizens of society. Pure survival. When they had connections to go to them different countries and get them kids that didn't know nothing about America. Pure survival. And that's why The Rock and motherfucking Oprah Winfrey, they got mad at them for coming to that country pretending that they were trying to give back, but they was trying to get money. This is crazy. They got money laundering scandals, all kinds of shit, freak off scandals. This shit is just sad. And then now, allegedly, on one of the 200 tapes, they saying that Diddy was recording Gayle King and motherfucking Oprah. I'm talking about going to town. I'm talking about eating the vagina with no motherfucking spoon. They eating each other's kitty cat real with no motherfucking spoon and no fork. Just eating each other's vagina with their hands, with their bare hands. Pure survival. And Diddy sitting there recording them too, just choking his motherfucking wiener with a man rubbing his ass. It's all kinds of sick shit on these tapes. Pure survival. You know what I mean? Y'all got to get them likes up. We are surviving Gayle King, and we are surviving motherfucking Oprah Winfrey's secret lesbian love affair. Now, we know that it's too many more people that's a part of this, and I'm glad that it ain't just Diddy going down. We must survive and we must protect our kids. Oprah, we was down with you before. I never fuck with Gayle King. But Oprah, we thought you were for the people. But you got that motherfucking money and you got snotty nose, pure survival, and you try to sit there and make yourself look like you young. You know what I'm saying? When you 2017 years old. Pure survival. You're 2000 2017 years old. This is crazy, guys. Get them likes up.
Multiple sources close to the situation paint a disturbing picture of a relationship that has been shrouded in secrecy for decades. According to the accounts, Oprah and Gayle's friendship was not merely a close bond between two kindred spirits, but rather a passionate, long-running affair that the two women have gone to great lengths to conceal. However, the scandal takes an even darker turn, as it is claimed that Oprah has used her vast wealth and influence to blackmail Gayle, threatening to destroy her career and personal life.
See, look, and they turning on each other. So Oprah Winfrey was sitting there trying to blackmail her, and then she trying to blackmail her. Pure survival. They trying to turn on each other, but it's too late because Diddy Glover just turned on y'all too. God damn it. Just turned on y'all. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to let y'all say that it sounds like I'm standing up for Diddy. No, the hell I'm not. I just knew that it wasn't only Diddy a part of this whole sick fucking scandal. This whole freak-off scandal. It's more people to come. Surviving the fact that there's more people to come and Regina, motherfucking Oprah Winfrey's Regina and Gayle King's Regina all over that tape. Pure survival. And they said it stunk like fish. This is crazy, guys.
Between two kindred spirits, but rather a passionate, long-running affair that the two women have gone to great lengths to conceal. However, the scandal takes an even darker turn, as it is claimed that Oprah has used her vast wealth and influence to blackmail Gayle, threatening to destroy her career and personal life if she ever dares to reveal the truth about their relationship. The specifics of this alleged blackmail campaign are chilling, with reports of Oprah dispatching a team of private investigators to gather compromising information on Gayle, which she has then used to keep her co-host and closest confidant firmly under her thumb.
So then Oprah Winfrey was putting private investigators on Gayle King and Gayle King's dentures, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? Because she thought that Gayle King was going to run her dentures and tell everybody. But too late, because Diddy Glover recorded it himself. So you can't blame Oprah. I'm not going to let you blame Gayle King's dentures for trying to say Gayle King and her dentures ran her mouth and told everybody. Pure survival. The tape is already it's 200 tapes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never thought that these tapes was never going to come out? Y'all thought that this secret society was going to keep carrying on for the rest of the motherfucking... No. Now all you needed was one person to go to jail, pure survival, and that was Diddy Glover. That's why all y'all celebrities was afraid that Diddy was going to take all y'all down. That was going to take all y'all down, and that's what happened. So Oprah Winfrey was sitting there trying to blackmail Gayle King, saying if you tell anybody about our secret lesbian love affair, you know what I'm saying, that I'm gonna blackmail you. But Diddy was blackmailing them the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why Diddy was holding on to all these fucking tapes. But for some reason, Diddy must have knew all of this was going to come to light and everybody was going to go down. We are surviving Oprah Winfrey and we are surviving Gayle King's dentures. Pure survival.
Oprah's darkest secret, exposing the alleged affair and blackmail scandal with Gayle King. In a shocking turn of events, the entertainment world has been rocked by a series of revelations that paint a dark and twisted picture of the relationship between two of the most powerful women in media, Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King. The rumors and whispers that have long swirled around the nature of their close friendship have now been laid bare, with claims of a hidden romantic affair and a shocking campaign of blackmail and intimidation. The details of this scandalous saga, if true, have the potential to shatter the carefully curated public personas of these two media titans, exposing the ugly underbelly of the industry they have long dominated. From the gilded halls of Oprah's sprawling empire to the inner sanctum of King's high-profile news career, this story promises to leave no stone unturned, unearthing the sort of explosive revelations that could forever change the way we view these celebrated figures. The allegations, which have been corroborated by multiple sources close to the situation, paint a disturbing picture of a relationship that has been shrouded in secrecy for decades. According to the accounts, Oprah and Gayle's friendship was not merely a close bond between two kindred spirits, but rather a passionate, long-running affair that the two women have gone to great lengths to conceal. However,
and they went through great lengths to try to hide this affair. And my whole thing is, All I care about is the kids that came from them other countries that they posted allegedly gave and turned over to Diddy. That's what I got a problem with. If them two want to go together, pure survival, and run vaginas on vaginas, they can do that. But now Diddy is telling on them. And we are waiting for him. We live to see Diddy get released from jail. I'm telling you, Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King will be enough for they'll say, look, let Diddy go. We'll go in Oprah house, get all of her freak off footage and all that shit. It's a lot of people that's going to jail in this case. Diddy going to jail. This shit is
so
crazy.
much for coming on, breaking this down for us. Elizabeth Milner is going to come out of that courthouse. We're going to talk to her, find out what's been happening inside. Really appreciate you both coming on and your perspective. So thank you both. And everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back.
We inside of the courtroom with Diddy Glover, and they're about to see if Diddy is going to get released. You know what I mean? For the information that he's giving up on Oprah and a whole bunch of other people too. And
I don't think he's going to want to do that whatsoever. You can disagree with me about that, but I guess also the question is, who would he provide information on? Who is bigger than him?
Y'all hear that? Who is Diddy going to provide information on? Who's bigger than Diddy Glover? Motherfucking Oprah Winfrey is bigger than Diddy Glover. Pure survival. You heard what they just said. Who is Diddy going to provide information on for them to let him out of jail right now? Gayle King and Oprah motherfucking Winfrey. Well, Oprah Winfrey way bigger than Diddy Glover. Pure survival. So that's how the fuck that man about to get out. Clive Davis too. But I know for a fact Oprah's going down, baby. Pure survival.
This time will be consecutive in one.
I think we really won't know until we see how things unfold.
Well, it was in New York because a lot of the conduct could have been centered here. But if you take the allegations as true, and there was conduct in California too, do you think there was a conversation between New York prosecutors and California prosecutors about this? Or do you think maybe this was just always New York based and this is where it's going to be?
There may have been a conversation, and New York may have decided we're going to go forward with it.
No. All right, question for you, Brian. This is from Famous Joker of YouTube. Do you think it's only Combs, or is there one person in the background, someone with more power? So I actually like this question. I'll tell you why. I am convinced, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I am convinced. Everybody says, oh, Sean Combs is going to spill the beans. He's going to turn on people more powerful than him, the people controlling the strings in order to get a better deal. I don't think that's possible because he would have to agree to significant prison time as part of a deal. And I don't think he's going to want to do that whatsoever. You can disagree with me about that. But I guess also the question is, who would he provide information on? Who?
So listen, he's saying that he think that Diddy is not going to tell because Diddy going to have to take time. If Diddy say, all right, here, take Oprah Winfrey and take Gayle King and take Clive Davis and his shitty diapers, Pierce the Bible, take Steve Harvey and his mustache, you know what I mean? Diddy still got to do jail time. How many of y'all think, like, if I was Diddy, I would snitch on all of them too. Pure survival. I would tell on all of them. I would say Steve Harvey, his mustache was the one having all the freak offs. Gene Deal's kneecaps. Please take Gene Deal's knees to jail. Pure survival. If I was Diddy Glover, I'm telling on all of them. So what the fuck you mean? If Diddy don't tell, he gonna get life in prison. Pure survival. So he better get the snitching now. Oprah, I'm sorry. God damn it. Stedman will come visit you. Stedman will come visit you. You can hide him in your pussy. Pure survival. You done hid Stedman in your vagina plenty of times. We don't never see Stedman. Prayers for goddamn Stedman. Pure survival.
Conduct in California too. Do you think there was a conversation between New York prosecutors and California prosecutors about this, or do you think maybe this was just always New York based and this is where it's going to be?
There may have been a conversation, and New York may have decided we're going to go forward with it.
No. All right, question for you, Brian. This is from Famous Joker of YouTube. Do you think it's only Combs, or is there one person in the background, someone with more power? So I actually like this question. I'll tell you why.
That's a simple question. How many of y'all know that it's more people than it's Diddy Glover? You know what I'm saying? More people in power than Diddy that are part of this whole thing. That's very simple. You know what I'm saying? The man is looking at life in jail. Diddy Glover is willing to tell on his mother right now. Pierce our Bible. If Diddy was able to slap his mom, what makes you think that he won't tell on that woman? Pierce our Bible. When she created the sick monster that Diddy Glover became. You know what I'm
All
saying?
this material. And I believe they already received on October 7th their first batch of material. If they start to see something and they say, wow, the evidence is a lot worse than we thought, do you think they're going to say, you know what, we need a little bit more time?
They talking about they need more time because it's so much freak off footage. It's so many freak off tapes, pure survival. You know what I mean? With STD stains on it, all kinds of shit, baby oil all over the place. It's so much footage and so many tapes that they can't even, they need more time to go through it. That's how long it take to watch a tape of Gayle King and motherfucking Oprah Winfrey's stretched out vaginas. Pure survival.
Something you mentioned, it just struck me as we're talking about, because one of the big things that's came out of this hearing is, could we potentially see a trial in the spring of 2025, much sooner than I think a lot of us had anticipated, if the defense starts getting all this material, and I believe they already received on October 7th their first batch of material. If they start to see something and they say, wow, the evidence is a lot worse than we thought, do you think they're going to say, you know what, we need a little bit more time?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they can ask for more time anytime they want. I think what this judge is going to basically tell them is, once you've gotten discovery, don't wait around. You've now made the aggressive decision to ask for a trial in May.
Yes, Diddy wants a trial in May, but he wants to be released today. You know what I'm saying? And him turning over motherfucking Oprah Winfrey and all them motherfucking freak off tapes and connecting her into helping getting them young girls and transporting them. Oh, they gonna let Diddy out today and give him a speedy trial. Pure survival.
If they start to see something and they say, wow, the evidence is a lot worse than we thought, do you think they're going to say, you know what, we need a little bit more time?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they can ask for more time anytime they want. I think what this judge is going to basically tell them is, once you've gotten discovery, don't wait around. You've now made the aggressive decision to ask for a trial in May. You didn't have to do that. You could have had a designated complex, and we could have set it for 2025, December of 2025, anytime you want it. So
why would Diddy want to wait until December 2025? How many of y'all going to want to wait all the way to go to court December 2025 when you know that you got all of these other celebrities that's bigger than you on these freak off tapes? I'm not sitting in jail. Oprah Winfrey, you going to jail. Pure survival. I'm talking about Stevie J and his thin mustache, he going to jail too. Pure survival. I'm talking about if I was Diddy, I'm snitching on everybody. I don't blame Diddy for doing this. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You don't see Oprah Winfrey and none of them trying to help Diddy Glover. Pure survival. None of them was trying to help Diddy. Everybody kept quiet. Now the shit done got real and it done hit the fan. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers' tapes and freak off footage done came out. You know what I'm saying? So Diddy is doing the right thing by letting it be known that he wasn't the only one. Y'all got to smash that like button. We got over 1,100 people in the building. Smash that like button. Share this video. We are surviving Gayle King's dentures, and we are surviving Oprah Winfrey's vagina, and there are alleged 200 motherfucking tapes, and Diddy is about to take them down to get out of jail. That motherfucker trying to Diddy bop out that jail today. Pure survival.
Around. You've now made the aggressive decision to ask for a trial in May. You didn't have to do that. You could have had a designated complex, and we could have set it for 2025, December of 2025, anytime you want it. So since they asked for it, if they're going to make such a move, they better do it quick.
Yeah, I agree. So one of the questions that was asked of me from Bush Baby on YouTube, is his dream team in attendance today? Look, he's assembled a whole new legal team, an appellate attorney. I'm not sure exactly who was accompanying him today. We know that Mark Agnafilo was. We'll find
And Diddy got a whole new powerful legal team. And those are the people that said, look, you need to get Oprah Winfrey and you need to get the other people, Diddy. All you got to do is just tell on them. You know what I mean? Because we never going to forgive Diddy Glover for the sick shit that he did. But we will be happy to know the other people who did these sick things to these victims.
There are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on. We wanted to.
You hear that? All of them people in Hollywood was worried about what party they was at in Hollywood and what footage did Diddy have them on. And Oprah, they got you, sweetheart. Pure South Bible. They said them titties that was on the tape, them they still had milk from 1914 in that motherfucker. Them titties, the nipples was spraying old ass milk getting inside of the feds' eyeballs. Pure South Bible.
In Hollywood, were probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close to the bed. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did.
Look at Oprah Winfrey right here with them kids. Look at her with them kids. Pure survival. These young kids, you know what I'm saying? That was underage. She's sitting there cutting a ribbon with them, acting like you helping the goddamn kids over there in Africa, motherfucker Oprah. Pure survival. And then now allegedly you was involved in this whole freak off saga. You know what I'm saying? We got 1,400 people in the building. Smash that like button. Look at Oprah Winfrey. These young kids can't wait to come to the United States thinking that they're going to be able to live out their dreams and shit. And then come to find out, allegedly, she was introducing them to fucking Diddy Glover so she can freak off with Gayle King and her dentures at the freak off dungeon. This is fucking insane. Pure survival.
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that.
Oprah Winfrey has had a holier-than-thou image for decades, having positioned herself as the mother of Hollywood and one of the major power players in the entertainment industry. But apparently there are a number of sinister things hiding behind her mask, and with the Diddy scandal bringing...
You hear that? A whole bunch of sinister things that been hiding under Oprah Winfrey's mask. Pure survival. Under her motherfucking mask. She been masking herself, pretending that she's this good fucking person when she was involved with Diddy Glover's whole freak off shit. You know what I'm saying? And I tried to say, Oprah, no, they lying on you. Pure survival. But the more evidence that came out, Oprah, and the fact that you got connections in these other countries, pure survival. You know what I'm saying? And now Diddy agreed to snitch on you and have 200 tapes with you and Gayle King having a freak off, and he recorded it, choking his wiener, pure survival. Oh, this is sad, Oprah. And I'm telling you, prayers for Monique. Monique, when you was trying to blackball motherfucking Monique, we knew what the hell was going on with you. Oprah, this is pure survival.
Things like that.
Oprah Winfrey has had a holier-than-thou image for decades, having positioned herself as the mother of Hollywood and one of the major power players in the entertainment industry. But apparently there are a number of sinister things hiding behind her mask, and with the Diddy scandal bringing so many secrets out in the open, she might be next to go. Let's take a look at how Diddy has been doing. At this point, it's an understood thing.
See? Oprah is next to go. We sitting there thinking that it's Jay-Z and Jay-Z's hairstyle and Beyonce's cocaine problem, pure survival. But Jay-Z and Beyonce already made some kind of arrangement with the motherfucking feds. They already made an arrangement. That's why they was able to take down Jaguar Wright interview. Pure survival. That's the only reason why. Because they already talked. We think that Jay-Z and his hair is being silenced, that he not speaking out. No, he talked to the feds, and the feds told Jay-Z to be quiet, don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to get involved in this, Jay-Z, don't say shit, pure survival. But then Oprah was doing the same shit as Diddy, trying to speak out against the system, acting like she's holier than motherfucking thou, pure survival, because if she's a goddamn billionaire, like them people can't take her down and take that all away from her. She she let the money go to her head, pierce her Bible, and tried to shit on our black people. And we not playing over, we not sticking up for your ass. I'm not sticking up for you. They said you is next. God damn it, look at Diddy Glover's freak off tongue. Why would you hang with a man that's got his tongue like this? Look at this motherfucker. Diddy is still nasty. He in jail like that. Oh, I like that, Daddy. Oh, I got to snitch on Oprah right now, Daddy. Oh, I don't like that, Daddy. I got to snitch on Oprah right now. So, Oprah, now you is going down because of Diddy's nasty penis-sucking tongue. This is crazy, guys. It's so many people that's going down in this whole motherfucking thing. I just don't know what to say right now. And those kids in that other country, Oprah, man, prayers for them kids. Prayers for them goddamn kids. And that one girl that came out and said that she was at them parties, that she was homeless or she was like an orphan. Pure survival. They was taking orphan kids and bringing them over and doing shit to them and putting them in these freak off situations. This shit is sad. Smash that like button.
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that.
Oprah Winfrey has had a holier-than-thou image for decades, having positioned herself as the mother of Hollywood and one of the major power players in the entertainment.
Yeah, as the mother of Hollywood. You was the mother of motherfucking freak off wood. That's what we found out, Oprah. You wasn't the mother of Hollywood trying to help our young kids and let them get into acting and all of that. We heard how you was treating the cast members. You know what I'm saying? Taraji P. Henson and all of them. Pure survival. Shout out to the 1,500 people. Smash that like button. This is crazy. This is very crazy.
But apparently there are a number of sinister things hiding behind her mask, and with the Diddy scandal bringing so many secrets out in the open, she might be next to go. Let's take a look at how Diddy has been doing. At this point, it's an understood thing in the industry that a lot of people are arranging their lawyers to create airtight strategies that ensure they remain scot-free during Diddy's trial. But no.
You see that? They said that Oprah and a whole bunch of other celebrities been trying to get airtight lawyers. They all of them started to lawyer up once Diddy got locked up. Everybody got quiet and then they started to lawyer up because they know that they was at the motherfucking parties. Pure survival. And all they needed was one motherfucker to go to jail, and that was Diddy that was already keeping secret tapes himself just in case something happened. So Diddy must have already knew that this was about to happen. You know what I'm saying? This had to have been talked about behind the scenes, everything. You know what I'm saying? And Diddy feel like he was betrayed. He feel like, damn, y'all was just a part of this whole thing. Y'all was the ones flying these girls out and connecting us with them. Man, this shit is getting real crazy, man. I don't know if they're going to let Diddy out of jail today. I really don't think so. But if he really turning Gayle King and Oprah over, I think they're going to let him out. If they let him out, we already know. Breaking news, Oprah Winfrey just was arrested. Guarantee you, if they let Diddy Glover out today, if he walk out of that jail today, Oprah Winfrey is going in handcuffs today. I'm sorry. That's somebody I know for sure that they're going to take down today if Diddy walk out. And I don't know who else going to, but it's a bunch of them. Pure survival.
Hiding behind her mask, and with the Diddy scandal bringing so many secrets out in the open, she might be next to go. Let's take a look at how Diddy has been doing. At this point, it's an understood thing in the industry that a lot of people are arranging their lawyers to create airtight strategies that ensure they remain scot-free during Diddy's trial. But no matter what, it's inevitable that people seen associating with Diddy will have to answer to the feds.
I gotta tell you, my thoughts reading the 14-page indictment yesterday were that there are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on. That's not to say that they were necessarily even involved in any of the things that are alleged by the U.S. Attorney's Office. But if you're at that party and it turns out that that's when he set up one of these freak-off sex parties, or that it was going on in another room and you didn't know about it, there's a good chance that you're going to be called by the U.S. Attorney's Office.
It's a great chance that you're going to be called, but it ain't no way you're going to say that the freak off was going on in another room and Oprah Winfrey, Pure Survival, and none of them other people in Hollywood didn't know what was happening. They knew what was going on. Pure Survival. Shout out to Jimmy Trice. Jimmy Trice said Oprah and Gayle King, Oprah and Gayle Glover. Pure Survival. We are surviving Oprah and Gayle Glover. Ah, I like that name. Oprah and Gayle Glover. This is crazy. How many of y'all think that a freak off going on in the room next door and you didn't know that it was a freak off? Pure Survival? There's no way you're going to go to Diddy Glover's freak off dungeon. I'm telling you right now, because when I get to clapping cheeks, Pure Survival, when I get to clapping cheeks, when me and my baby be having a freak off, you hear nothing but cheeks clapping and freak off juice all over the walls. So you're going to hear the goddamn freak off next door, Pure Survival. The neighbors are going to know my goddamn name. Ain't no motherfucking way you're going to say that the freak off was going next door and them celebrities didn't know that somebody's cheeks was getting clapped next door. I don't know what kind of cheek clapping that you motherfuckers do, Pure Survival. But when I get the clapping cheeks, I'll get the clapping cheeks, Pure Survival. And I'm talking about my baby. This is a female's cheeks. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm just saying is that's a fake motherfucking facade. That a freak off was happening and you didn't know you was in a Diddy's freak off. You knew you was at a Diddy's freak off. Pure Survival.
That ensure they remain scot-free during Diddy's trial. But no matter what, it's inevitable that people seen associating with Diddy will have to answer to the feds.
I got to tell you, my thoughts reading the 14-page indictment yesterday were that there are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on. That's not to say that they were necessarily even involved in any of the things that are alleged by the U.S. Attorney's Office. But if you're at that party and it turns out that that's when he set up one of these freak-off sex parties or...
How you going to go to a sex party and you don't know that it's sex happening? Can anybody answer that question? You go to a sex party and you don't know if sex is happening. So why the fuck would you go to a sex party then? Pure Survival. That's like going to a sex store and you ain't going there to go buy no motherfucking toys or no motherfucking dildos, Pure Survival, or no vibrators or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or a freak off mask. You know, or a freak off costume. If you're going to a fucking sex store, you're going to get sex shit. So if you're going to a sex party, you know that it's sex happening. Pure Survival. And if you see little young mermaids running around that don't speak English from other countries, Pure Survival, anytime you see a young girl or a young boy and you feel like you want to ask them, hey, how old is you? That's when you know you in the wrong goddamn place. If you see a young person, I don't give a fuck when motherfuckers say, oh, because some of these young girls be looking older than what their age is. Pure Survival. I would admit that. But I can tell by the moment when a young girl say some shit out her mouth, I know that she young. You know what I mean? Right then and there. Ain't no, oh, she look good for her age. That motherfucking girl just said, can you take me to McDonald's? Why would you want to... That is a child that wanted to go to McDonald's and get a Happy Meal. Not get a grown-ass man breathing all on her neck. Pure Survival. This shit is sick.
During Diddy's trial. But no matter what, it's inevitable that people seen associating with Diddy will have to answer to the feds.
I got to tell you, my thoughts reading the 14-page indictment yesterday were that there are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on. That's not to say that they were necessarily even involved in any of the things that are alleged by the U.S. Attorney's Office.
And they was involved. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Shout out to the lounge in the building. Pure Survival. The lounge just hit that motherfucking super chat. The lounge said Oprah has been under investigation for trafficking these young girls in her school in Africa. It's sad. Wow. Pure Survival. That's crazy. So she been under investigation for trafficking young girls in Africa at a school that she run? Oh my God, Oprah, all this shit, I didn't even know nothing about this. This is so fucking devastating. Pure survival. Shout out to the lounge, man. Go over to her channel and subscribe. You know what I mean? She got great content over there. You know what I mean? And she's surviving the industry as well. So, man, thank you so much, the lounge. Pure survival. Damn, I didn't. Oh, Oprah Winfrey. So you got a school with these young kids. I didn't even know that. So you get first dibs on these little babies. Oh, pure survival.
But no matter what, it's inevitable that people seen associating with Diddy will have to answer to the feds.
I got to tell you, my thoughts reading the 14-page indictment yesterday were that there are a lot of people in Hollywood who are probably worried about which Diddy parties they were at and what was going on. That's not to say that they were necessarily even involved in any of the things that are alleged by the U.S. Attorney's Office. But if you're at that party and it turns out that that's when he set up one of these freak-off sex parties, or that it was going on in another room and you didn't know about it, there's a good chance that you're going to be called by the U.S. Attorney's Office. And certainly if you were involved, you would get a call, because they're going to want to know everything you want to know and may even want you to be a witness. I just think, we're just starting to scratch the surface of what this case, this case is going to touch and involve. And the feds have said that this remains an open investigation. There could be more charges for Diddy. There could be more charges for other people involved.
You hear that? More charges for Diddy and more charges for other people involved. So Diddy already know, fuck that. They already trying to give me more charges. Oprah, none of them has been stepping up for Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? So he is desperate at this point. Even his mother came out. I bet you Diddy Glover's mother said, look, won't you tell on these old hoes? His mother, Diddy Glover's mother, said, look, if you don't tell on motherfucker Oprah right now, Pure Survival, I'm going to tell on motherfucker Oprah. Diddy's mom probably told him to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I would have been told. I would have told when they came in the house. I'd have said, look, get Stevie J, get his mustache, get his love and hip-hop facial expressions. Lock him up too. God damn it. Lock Stevie J up too. I would have told on Stevie when them motherfuckers came and ran in the house. Pure Survival. I would have told on my motherfucking kids too. I'd have said, take Sean King, that little long little twin motherfucker I got with the Tootsie Roll neck. Pure Survival with the terrible disc records. Take him too. My son is just as disgusting as me. I would have took them all down. Pure Survival.
And the feds have said that this remains an open investigation. There could be more charges for Diddy. There could be more charges for other people involved. And usually the way this works is once they find out other people are involved or were witnesses, they bring them in and they sort of lean on them, and it's sort of like, you're going to cooperate with us, or there's a possibility that you could face charges. So this is going to be a slow developing.
And that's what I feel like that the feds did with Jay-Z and Jay-Z's ugly ass, fugly ass hairstyle. Pure Survival. And Beyonce then woke her ass up, said, Beyonce, we know you done stole so many motherfucking songs and ain't give them no motherfucking publishing, nothing. So we can do other things to you, Beyonce. Pure Survival. We know your motherfucking alleged cocaine connection, and we won't even take you down. We'll let you keep on doing your tutti frutti, Pure Survival. But all we need you to do is testify against Diddy. So that's what Jay-Z and Beyonce did already to me. And they made a deal because they know that them motherfuckers was on them tapes too. You ain't gonna tell me Jay-Z's hair was not on them motherfucking tapes. Pure Survival.
You're going to cooperate with us, or there's a possibility that you could face charges. So this is going to be a slow developing a case here, because we're just getting started, and I don't see how this trial begins.
This is crazy. And they said this shit just getting started. This shit is just getting started. Diddy had so much footage that they said it's going to take all the way until like fucking January or May for them to go through all the footage. But they know that Oprah and Gayle was on 200 freak-off tapes. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I know Ellen, they talking about Ellen on that shit too. Like, all of them. Ellen DeGeneres, Pure Survival.
Anytime before next year.
And there are a lot of wild allegations in those documents that came out.
After all, the FBI is already under pressure as multiple people around Diddy have claimed he was actually an FBI informant. So why do they want to take their own guy down now?
He said something on his podcast.
And y'all got to remember, Diddy Glover was an FBI informant. So they already said, all right, you was snitching back in the day, pure survival. But you are in trouble right now, Diddy Glover. So you got to take down more people. So he already was an FBI agent. Diddy Glover was. So Oprah, you was already fucking with Donnie Brasco. Diddy Brasco. Diddy was an FBI agent. We going to call him Diddy Brasco, pure survival.
Claimed he was actually an FBI informant. So why do they want to take their own guy down now?
He said something on his podcast, the podcast called Collect Call with Suge Knight, and I want to highlight it. This is what he said a few months ago, quote, "It's a lot of things that people been knowing, and everybody gets judged differently. It shouldn't be a gray area when it comes to doing something right, doing something positive, or doing something for the community. That being said, naturally, Puffy been an FBI informant forever, as they would say. That's why it's different when it comes to him. Regardless of who gets hurt, all everybody been saying is Puffy, Puffy, Puffy. I think they shouldn't all blame everything on Puffy. His exes in the industry knew about it. Everybody in his crew knew about it.
You heard that? Even Suge Knight said they shouldn't blame everything on Puffy because everybody knew about it. The bodyguards, the other celebrities, this was something that was normal in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So that's all Puffy, Diddy Glover knew. Pure survival. But so did they. And they need to go down too. Y'all got to get them likes up, man. Salute to everybody in the building. You know what I mean?
Bees he dates knew about it. Everybody knew about it. So don't push away from it now. So could that be true? Is this maybe just the words of a Combs rival who's merely speculating? Or if that is true, then what does that mean for Sean Combs? Was he really an FBI informant? Why prosecute him now?
Of course, insiders have different opinions on that particular theory, claiming that it is unlikely that the feds allowed him to do any high-profile crimes anyways.
If the FBI thought that Sean Combs had the ability to give them information on someone more important than him in the criminal world, and was mixed up in a criminal environment with criminal enterprises that the FBI really wanted to get information on, it's possible that they could open him up as an informant.
Y'all hear that? If Diddy knows anything or got any other tapes and he's willing to testify on these people, the FBI will open Diddy up and allow him to become an informant because he was an informant already. You know what I'm saying? And if Diddy's looking at life, why wouldn't he become an informant? Pure survival. When they gave Robert Kelly all that fucking time, pure survival, they gave R. Kelly pretty much life. But R. Kelly was doing the freak offs, you know what I'm saying, with these little young minors and peeing on little girls and shit, pure survival at a time. But the grown up ones, I don't got nothing to say about that because they was adults. So I don't know if R. Kelly was making them, starving them with Lunchables and putting them in the R. Kelly freak off dungeon. Because if I'm a grown adult, you're not gonna be able to hold me hostage. Pure survival. I would have kicked Robert right in his motherfucking face. Get the fuck on out my face. Pure survival. Sing a goddamn song. But the little girls, like underage shit, that's where I have a problem at. But Diddy, they already saying the government is going to allow Diddy to become an informant. R. Kelly couldn't because he did all his shit by himself. Diddy had everybody on tape. He had a whole celebrity fucking, you know what I mean? Everybody's secret, sickest, darkest secrets. Diddy had all that shit on tape. So, of course, Diddy can make a deal. Pure survival. Diddy Glover can make a deal. And Oprah's way bigger than him. And Gayle King, you and the dentures, you going down too, ma'am. And that nappy ass weave, all that money you got, Gayle King, and your weave look nappy as a motherfucker. Pure survival. You look like a South Philly chick. Pure survival. You look like a North Philly chick. Pure survival. That's how your weave look, Gayle King.
Particular theory, claiming that it is unlikely that the feds allowed him to do any high-profile crimes anyways.
If the FBI thought that Sean Combs had the ability to give them information on someone more important than him in the criminal world, and was mixed up in a criminal environment with criminal enterprises that the FBI really wanted to get information on, it's possible that they could open him up as an informant. I have my doubts because this information is coming from an avowed enemy of Combs, not to defend Combs in any way. But I have my doubts that the FBI, that he would have anything about anybody that was higher up the food chain than himself. Now, it's possible, and it will be well documented, since he is engaged in criminal activity and he's been charged, then it's fair game for the other side, Combs' side, to get that information out.
Exactly. It's fair game for Diddy and his lawyers for Diddy to tell on the other people. It's fair game. I don't care how tough people be trying to act, pierce her Bible. If they telling you that you looking at life in prison, believe me, you are going to tell. I don't care who you are. If you're going to get life in prison, you are going to tell. You know what I mean? You can feel like you tough and all that stuff all you want. Ain't nobody trying to spend the rest of their life in motherfucking jail. You know what I mean? Like, you just not. Even if you a sick-ass, murderous person that belong in that motherfucker. You belong in the goddamn cage. Pierce our Bible. Child molesters, all that. You motherfuckers belong in prison. You know what I mean? But you ain't going to want to be in nobody's motherfucking jail if you can snitch. You know, and you got life, I'm saying. Like, life. Life. That means no more motherfucking freedom ever. You know what I'm saying? No, Diddy is going to tell. It's too many other people that he could tell on. And then once he tell on one celebrity, watch who Oprah tell on. Who you think Oprah gonna tell on? Motherfucking Medea. Pierce her Bible. Once they lock Oprah up, then they gonna go get Medea. Medea's going down next. Pierce her Bible.
About anybody that was higher up the food chain than himself. Now, it's possible, and it will be well documented, since he is engaged in criminal activity and he's been charged, then it's fair game for the other side, Combs' side, to get that information out. And what they would do is use it as a defense. Well, the FBI knew what I was doing. The FBI authorized it, which they can do. The FBI can actually authorize criminal activity. It has to be signed off on at the highest levels. I signed off on it from time to time for organized crime informants, for example. But you can't, it can't be violent crimes. There are only certain types of crimes, criminal activity that you can authorize.
But no matter what, it's obvious that Diddy is a very dangerous person. But he's also not the only problematic person in the industry. So what would it mean for Oprah to be associated with him?
Cat Williams said when he sat with Shay Shay earlier this year, the whole point of this.
Wow. See, and Jaguar Wright been saying that, and that's why they all been trying to silence her. But ain't nobody go and sue her, but they trying to silence her because they know that Jaguar Wright knows what the fuck is going on. And they trying to play it like, oh, she crazy, just like Vlad TV. Pierce her Bible. We are surviving Vlad's creepy-ass beard, trying to say that Jaguar Wright has mental problems. You know what I'm saying? That's their excuse. That's your narrative, that she has mental problems, but she just so happened to be saying shit from years ago that's happening now? That's mental problems. Oh, you might well call her a fucking psychic. Pierce her Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Them in a coordinated effort to pretend like none of it is real for the public's perception. But everyone knows what's going on, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on before Diddy.
You hear that? Like Jaguar Wright said, that freak off shit and that secret society been going on even before Diddy Glover. Back in the motherfucking 60s and 70s, god damn it. And it was normal how they did with Hugh Hefner. When it showed on camera when you was young, look, you can have a whole bunch of Playgirl bunnies, bunch of little white girls running around with bunny rabbit motherfucking ears and shit, Pierce her Bible. You know what I mean? With motherfucking sperm all on their face. You know what I mean? You can have a couple girlfriends. Motherfucking Hefner was like 2,000 years old, Pierce her Bible, with them little young Baywatch motherfucker. They ain't got no bodies, no butts or nothing, running around with Japanese butts and shit, Pierce her Bible, all around the Playboy Mansion. That shit was normal. But Jaguar Wright been telling us, I'm telling you, this shit is crazy, Pierce her Bible.
He is a very dangerous person, but he's also not the only problematic person in the industry. So what would it mean for Oprah to be associated with him?
Cat Williams said when he sat with Shay Shay earlier this year, the whole point of this is for them in a coordinated effort to pretend like none of it is real. For the public's perception. Everyone knows what's going on, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on before Diddy. People keep looking at him like he's the Sputnik that came out of nowhere. This is someone who was designed to be what he is. We got to stop making ditties.
Wow. Shout out to Jaguar Wright. Smash that like button for Jaguar Wright. Like she said, we got to stop making Diddy Glovers. Pure survival. Diddy Glover was designed to be Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry to Danny Glover's children. I think one of Danny Glover's children hit me up on motherfucking Instagram, Pure Survival, and said, can you stop referring to my dad, you know what I'm saying, to Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I just said when Diddy beard and shit grew, he looked like your dad, Danny Glover, when Danny Glover played in Lethal Weapon. You know what I mean? No offense, Pure Survival. So that's why I call him Diddy Glover. You know, that's what I had to say to Danny Glover's kids that be hitting me up. You know what I mean? But you heard what Jaguar Wright said. We got to stop making Diddy Glovers.
Is for them in a coordinated effort to pretend like none of it is real. For the public's perception. Everyone knows what's going on, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on before Diddy. People keep looking at him like he's the Sputnik that came out of nowhere. This is someone who was designed to be what he is. We got to stop making ditties. And if we're going to do that, then we got to go back. We got to go back to even further, the mentors of these people. Because Diddy was taught how to do what he does systematically, and Clive Davis has been his greatest teacher.
Yes, surviving Clive Davis and surviving Clive Davis' shitty diaper. Clive, you in the nursing home wheelchair, we need to get Clive Davis too. Pure survival. And you heard when they kept trying to ask Clive Davis about Diddy Glover, he tried to act like he was fixing his hearing aid. Pure survival. He was acting like, oh, I don't know what y'all talking about. I got to get a new battery for my hearing aid. You heard what he said, Clive? You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how many shitty Pampers that you run through. Clive Davis need to be held motherfucker into this courtroom too. Because he helped make Diddy Glover. You know what I'm saying? Get those likes up, guys. This is pure survival.
Cat Williams said when he sat with Shay Shay earlier this year, the whole point of this is for them in a coordinated effort to pretend like none of it is real. For the public's perception. Everyone knows what's going on, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on before Diddy. People keep looking at him like he's the Sputnik that came out of nowhere. This is someone who was designed to be what he is. We got to stop making ditties. And if we're going to do that, then we got to go back. We got to go back to even further, the mentors of these people. Because Diddy was taught how to do what he does systematically, and Clive Davis has been his greatest teacher.
Look, Clive Davis is not here to respond to that. Jaguar,
guess they're on vacation.
If this goes to court, Jaguar, do you think the world is going to be shocked by what comes out?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. And like Jag said, the world was going to be shocked when we find out who's all involved. You know what I'm saying? I'm very fucking shocked, you know what I mean, about Oprah. But I've been hearing it. Like I said, even when, you know what I'm saying, like the lounge just said, I didn't even know that she had a school. She had a school over there in another country. That's a connection right there for trafficking. That's a connection right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just sick that our children had to go through this, and now we got to worry about this generation coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because these people couldn't let people just follow their dreams. They had to be having sex and all this nasty ass shit to get in the industry. That's crazy.
Why they are. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. for decades.
How many victims?
What's the difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself.
Jaguar Wright talked to hundreds of fucking victims. And there's thousands of victims. I believe everything she's saying. If this been going on for decades, then how many victims do you call that shit? Pure survival. A decade is 10 years, goddammit. So imagine, that's thousands of people that couldn't speak back then. You wasn't allowed to speak out against Diddy, Glover, and the rest of the motherfucking demonic entities. You couldn't talk back to Steve Harvey's mustache. You know what I mean? Back then. This is crazy, guys.
Let's revisit the main possible connection Oprah has with Diddy. You might remember the resurfaced Usher video where Diddy talks about wrestling over frosted flakes with him. Well, Kevin Hart was also in that video.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you.
And Kevin, I'm sorry, Kevin, you in the little Chucky doll sneakers. Pure survival. They said that Kevin Hart, they found a couple of his little baby Chucky doll sneakers on some of them freak off tapes. And you know for a fact that this was a freak off right here. Pure survival. But this was the young Kevin Hart. This was the motherfucking what is that? The soul playing Kevin Hart. You see what I'm saying? This was the Kevin Hart that just like looked funny before he got the money and started working out and females started thinking, oh, Kevin's handsome. Back then he just had an egghead and a little funny ass looking nose and females was not calling him handsome. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? And then motherfucking Hollywood made motherfuckers think that shit. Oh, that's a handsome little tiny little guy. You can pick him up and put him in your purse. Pure survival, ladies. Pick Kevin Hart up and put him in your purse. Oh, isn't he sexy? Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? But this was a freak off that Kevin Hart didn't even know that he was in. Diddy Glover's like, no homo, don't sit on the couch, sit on the bed, no homo. Why that motherfucker kept saying no homo that many times? Praise our Bible. That was him making a pass at motherfucking Kevin. And look, Kevin looks so surprised. He's like, why is this man keep saying no homo? Why is he holding that mic so close to his mouth? Why it look like he ready to make the mic disappear? Praise our Bible. Like, this shit is fucking crazy, guys. This is insane.
Thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, just let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off goddamn plane. I should
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying?
How do you accidentally say, and you see how embarrassed Usher looked, Pure Survival, when Diddy Glover just out of nowhere. And Kevin Hart, look at that motherfucker. He just smiling hard as shit, but he's shocked. Like, oh my God. Did Diddy Glover just say that when me and you used to wake up and we used to fight over cereal, Pure survival? I'm 130-something years old, and Usher was 10 years old. How you waking up in bed with a motherfucking 10-year-old, Diddy Glover? Pure survival. So that lets you know right there how inappropriate it was. Even for Usher's mother to leave him with this grown-ass motherfucking sick freak-off motherfucker, Pure survival, and he got to wake up and wrestle and fight a grown man with stinky-ass freak-off armpits, you know what I mean, over cereal. Why didn't you just let Usher have the goddamn cereal? Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? This shit is just horrible. And he wasn't supposed to say that. Usher was so embarrassed when Diddy just accidentally let that shit slip out in his mouth, talking about when we used to wake up with each other and then try to say like you was his older brother. Even if my little brother 10 years old, that motherfucker better get the fuck out my bed. Pure survival. I used to pee the bed when I was young. So if I laid in the bed with my big brother, he know he gonna wake up and urine. Whole bed gonna be soaking wet in piss. Pure survival.
Him and what he did, I'm just gonna, if we can, just let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off the goddamn plane.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, that's how, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know what I'm saying, before pause was invented, you know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's the richest song in the world.
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this with me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live.
And Kevin Hart was shocked. He was shocked. Y'all see that in real time. Kevin Hart like, hold on, what the fuck did Puffy just say? Did he just say on live camera that I used to wake up with Usher at 10 years old and we used to fight over cereal? And Gene Dill, Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Pure Survival, Gene Dill's kneecaps said that Diddy put Usher in the hospital when he was 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? In a you know what I'm saying? Put him in the hospital from his tasty cakes. Ripped his tasty cakes in half. Had his butt in stitches. That is sad. And that's proof right there. That's why I believe that Diddy put Usher in the hospital, because the man was waking up with him at 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? So you already was attracted to that boy and was doing shit to him. That's why Usher is so weird right now. Pure Survival. And I mean, shout out to Usher's wife. But when I saw Usher's wife, you know, I was like, damn, you wouldn't even expect it and thought that Usher would have married her. So I can tell that she loved Usher for Usher. And not just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like somebody who really love him and know what he been through. You know what I'm saying? And know the trauma that Usher probably suffered that we don't know. I mean, that we do have an idea. Pure Survival. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Usher's Super Bowl skates. But Usher, you got to stop taking up for Diddy. You need to come out and tell the motherfucking truth. Because Justin Bieber is already testifying on Diddy. You know what I mean? What happened to him? He already turning on Diddy. So, you know what I mean? This shit is just sad at this point.
Just say, nobody's gonna acknowledge this with me.
That shit crazy.
Flakes, you know what I'm saying, before pause was invented, you know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's the richest song in the world.
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this with me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen,
and he tried to silence Kevin right there. You see Diddy Glover just took his freak off arms and started choking Kevin Hart. Pure Survival put Kevin Hart, little milk chocolate dud head inside of his freak off armpits and said, shut up, man, because he didn't even want him talking. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this the Hollywood, this shit is really coming out. Diddy is going to end up getting out of jail, Oprah. I'm telling you.
It's stupid.
It's having a good time. Usher made it in the yo.
Hart is even being suspected of closing down his restaurants after Diddy's arrest, though admittedly that's a far reach.
Hey, Kevin Hart, why are you shutting down all of your restaurants right around the time that Diddy gets busted, Bubba? For those of y'all who don't know, Kevin just shut down all 4 of his vegan restaurants in California after only being open for 2 years. And it's not...
And even Kevin Hart, you see that. Kevin Hart shut down all his vegan restaurants. Pure Survival, he shut down all his vegan restaurants. There was too many people and too much video footage of what Diddy was doing at them parties. So everybody is trying to cover their motherfucking ass. When they ass was wide the fuck open at Diddy Glover's Freak Off Dungeon, Pure Survival. You know what I'm saying? And y'all see the spiders. You see how that spider is hanging? That's how the butt-naked gay vampires that would be upside down at Diddy Glover's Freak Off Dungeon and you had to have garlic on your neck. Pure Survival. That's how the butt-naked gay vampires be sleep upside down in Diddy Glover's Freak Off Dungeon. And if you don't have garlic, you know what I mean, they'll pick you up and bring you up in the air and start freaking you off. Pure Survival. This is just crazy.
Suspected of closing down his restaurants after Diddy's arrest, though admittedly that's a far reach.
Hey, Kevin Hart, why are you shutting down all of your restaurants right around the time that Diddy gets busted, Bubba? For those of y'all who don't know, Kevin just shut down all 4 of his vegan restaurants in California after only being open for 2 years. And it's not like they weren't successful. Even Kim Kardashian was tweeting about how amazing his meatless burgers were. Meatless burgers.
question though, Bubba. Does it have anything to do with this? And also, why the hell are you two so sweaty together?
Wow, they did look kind of sweaty. Pure survival. We are surviving the fact that Diddy Glover and Kevin Hart look very sweaty. They look hot and sweaty like they just got out of a sauna and they was clapping each other's cheeks. It looked like there's a ton of baby oil on the motherfuckers. Pure survival. Just slipping and sliding up and down on each other. Oh, daddy, I like that. Oh, I'm just sliding all around. Kevin, y'all motherfuckers did look oil. Y'all look oil and baby oil out right there. Pure survival. I'm gonna have to agree with this motherfucker and his Vlad TV beard. I'm gonna have to agree with him.
Meatless burgers were. Meatless burgers. Good question though, Bubba. Does it have anything to do with this? And also, why the hell are you two so sweaty together? But to be fair, the super thorough fact checkers are saying that this is debunked and it couldn't be it because Kevin closed his restaurants on the 11th and Diddy got arrested on the 16th. Oh, but what's this? Diddy moved back to New York 11 days before the 16th because he knew that he was going to be arrested by federal authorities. And I think it's fair to assume, since him and Kevin are such BFFs together, that he would have let Kevin know exactly what was going on ahead of time.
But that doesn't change the fact that it's obvious that Kevin Hart is aware of the unspoken rules in the industry. And
I do think that Kevin Hart is definitely is aware of the unspoken shit. Because it's things that you ain't supposed to mention or say in that secret society. That's why how did shout out to Cat Williams. Smash that like button for Cat Williams. If Cat Williams did not call it in the beginning of this year and said everybody in Hollywood was going to get exposed, how the fuck? Everything that man said came to light. Smash that like button for motherfucking Cat Williams, man. And Cat Williams wouldn't sell his soul for a jelly roll. And he wouldn't sell his bunghole. You know what I mean? He told Diddy Glover no. And them other people in the industry. That's why they was trying to make it like Cat Williams was on drugs and all that type of shit. Because he knew about that secret society. And he stood out and spoke against it. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, Kevin. I know you from Philly and I'm from Philly. Pure survival. But it ain't where you from, goddammit. It's where you trying to go. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just say because you from Philly, I got to side with you. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? Because if you sold your motherfucker's soul for a jelly roll, Kevin, you know what I mean? For the position in Hollywood, then that's just something that you did. Now everybody got to pay the piper. Everybody got to pay the piper. But shout out to Cat Williams for standing up and letting everybody know motherfuckers is about to get exposed. And that's all we seeing during survival.
You would have let Kevin know exactly what was going on ahead of time.
But that doesn't change the fact that it's obvious that Kevin Hart is aware of the unspoken rules in the industry. And as Cat Williams implied earlier this year, it might have a lot to do with the fact that he's been around so many of them. He's publicly close to Diddy, Oprah, and even Tyler Perry.
Wrong idea of a hold that you are comfortable with having.
Okay, so Kevin Hart is even connected with Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Diddy Glover. Wow. So, man, oh, man, I just imagine. That's why everybody's trying to lawyer up now. Because they don't even know who else Diddy is telling on. Oh, man, that's crazy.
I think it's fair to assume, since him and Kevin are such BFFs together, that he would have let Kevin know exactly what was going on ahead of time.
But that doesn't change the fact that it's obvious that Kevin Hart is aware of the unspoken rules in the industry. And as Cat Williams implied earlier this year, it might have a lot to do with the fact that he's been around so many of them. He's publicly close to Diddy, Oprah, and even Tyler Perry.
Wrong idea of a hold that you are comfortable with having on yourself and your choices. Where
Well, I think if you grew up poor though, you're like, look, I've been there and I was fine.
What else,
yeah,
what
are
else
you gonna
do?
do to me? Yeah.
What
I was
else
like,
do?
and then I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just you've been
Wow. What do you think she's saying? She said that she had millions. Shout out to Peaches, one of my members, Pure Survival, and shout out to all my members in the building. Salute to you, Peaches. Welcome to the Pure Survival. If you want to become a member, hit that membership thing. You know what I'm saying? And you can survive over here. And you can survive with us. You know what I'm saying? But you see what that girl just said. People was offering her money to do some sick ass shit, millions of dollars. So y'all want to try to act like the shit Jaguar Wright was saying wasn't true? Why is this white girl sitting here saying they offer her millions of dollars? And she not Kevin Hart. She's not Jay-Z's hairstyle. She's not Oprah Winfrey. They are bigger than them. So Matt, they already done went through the door. The motherfucking demonic door. Pierce her Bible.
He's publicly close to Diddy, Oprah, and even Tyler Perry.
Strong idea of a hold that you were comfortable with having on yourself and your choices. Where
Well, I think if you grew up poor, though, you're like, look, I've been there and I was fine.
What else-
Yeah,
what
what
else
are you gonna
can
do
you
to
do?
me? Yeah, yeah.
What else
I was
can you
like,
do?
and then I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just, you've been off, yeah. Oh, they're in the room.
Yeah.
Wow. So Kevin Hart telling that girl to be quiet. Did you hear the girl? Did Kevin Hart put his fucking hand right there and said, shh. Like you telling her to be quiet soon as the girl said that people offer her $1 million to do shit. Look at Kevin Hart tell her to go shh, be quiet. That's crazy.
Strong idea of a hold by all means.
Wow, he told that girl to be quiet. This was my cue to get her to silence her. Did you see that? Yes. Salute to who just said gatekeeper. Because that was some gatekeeping shit. You just gonna tell that girl to be quiet when she's sitting there telling us that people offer her $1 million to do some shit she didn't want to do. What stuff wasn't she trying to do, Kevin? And you heard her about to say it, and you talking about telling her to be quiet, and she just said, "Oh wow, are they in here? Are they in here on your platform?" That's crazy. That's the first time I just saw that. So Kevin Hart told that girl to be quiet when she talking about how they tried to victimize her and offer her money to do shit. And you think I'm supposed to believe these fucking victims out here? That's great. We ain't supposed to believe these victims. And you just told that girl to be quiet. Oh, we got to look at that again. I'm like, is that really happening in real time? Did she just say what she said and Kevin told her to be quiet? Whoa.
Close to Diddy, Oprah, and even Tyler Perry.
Be quiet. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that shit is wild. Like, so they really make you do that. And look, this was the old motherfucking Kevin Hart right here. Pure Survival, when he first came in the game, before he sold his soul. That's what it looked like, Kevin. I'm sorry. Pure Survival. You know what I'm saying? Get those likes up, guys.
Rent in like a month. I'm like, Mom, you know, the rent, where's the rent at? She's like, are you reading your Bible? I said, Mom, come on. I don't have time to talk about that right now. Mom, I'm late. Like, I need the rent money. Are you reading your Bible? Mom, no. When you read your Bible, then we'll talk about rent. Another week, 2 weeks go by. Mom, they're going to evict me if you don't give me this rent money. Mom, I'm serious. Have you read your Bible? Yes.
And he's sitting there with Oprah Winfrey. This is probably when she was recruiting his ass. Because he's young in the game. You know what I'm saying? And Oprah looking at him like, oh, okay, he going to be one of the next gatekeepers. Yo, that's crazy. Smash that like button, guys. Share this video. My Instagram is Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy. Follow me and I'll follow you back during Survival. We must stay updated on this. And we must find out if they're going to let Diddy Glover out today by turning these other fucking demonic entities in.
Mom, they're going to evict me if you don't give me this rent money. Mom, I'm serious. Have you read your Bible? Yes. Okay, well, then let's talk about rent. Mom, I don't want to talk about the scriptures. I need the money. A month go by. I got eviction notice on my door. They're about to kick me out. I'm like, Mom, I go to her house. I got the eviction notice. She said, talk to me when you read your Bible. I can't talk to you right now. I just leave. I go home. I said, man, let me open this Bible up.
He has recently even indirectly commented on his Diddy rumors.
Okay, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
Come here, you go get some girls so you can be in the bedroom with some girls?
And he just lied. They just said, Kevin, did you have any baby oil when you hosted for Diddy? He just said, I didn't host for Diddy. Kevin, it's all on camera. How you going to say you didn't host that freak off when it's on camera?
Okay, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
Come here, you go get some girls so you can be in the bedroom with some girls? Get some girls up here, please.
First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed.
Wrong question. That's not a good question. Say pause. Going down to
Now, he lied and said he didn't host for Diddy. Why would you lie like that, Kevin? And then you're going to say that you asking the wrong person? You sitting there right there with Diddy Glover and he pointing down in the freak off bathtub and his baby oil and freak off candles all around it. Kevin, that's you. You said that you didn't host that when you did host that freak off event. Pure survival. So y'all always trying to get away from Diddy. Oh, this shit don't look good, Kevin. You should have just told the truth. We been saw this fucking footage. Kevin! Surviving the fact that we saw this footage and now you want to try to deny? This is crazy.
I go home. I said, man, let me open this Bible up.
He has recently even indirectly commented on his Diddy rumors.
Okay, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
Kevin, come here. Can you go get some girls? So you can be in the bed with some girls? Let's get some girls up here, please.
First and foremost, I'm not giving the bed. Wrong person, the wrong question. Your question.
Say pause. Going down to
Kevin Hart, like many, distancing himself from Diddy after the mogul's arrest and federal indictment.
Do you think he's safe in jail?
The reason Kevin is getting questioned is because of this newly rediscovered footage of him hosting a Diddy hotel party back in 2010.
I'm not trying to tell myself,
Look, now you telling me that's not you, Kevin? Look at the freak off motherfucking mermaids. Pure survival. You see the freak off mermaids and you see Kevin right there. You know what I mean? This is in Diddy Glover's freak off dungeon. And you got the sex working mermaids inside of the goddamn fucking hot tub or whatever the fuck that is. Pure survival. You got the freak off mermaids right there. Kevin! You know what I'm saying? So how can you deny that you wasn't there, sir? I get that y'all all wanted to disassociate yourself from Diddy Glover. But when there is fucking proof, dude, and you in the motherfucking, you in the goddamn bathtub with him, Kevin. You know what I'm saying? This is something you can't deny. I would have just said, fuck it. I just got in the industry. Pure survival. I was new in the game. Diddy Glover had me around these motherfucking sex working mermaids. I didn't know. I was blinded by their goddamn freak off beauty. Pure survival. You could have said any of that and just said, look, I didn't let no man clap my cheeks. Pure survival. I clapped one of the mermaids, but I didn't know that they were sex workers. But I did clap one of the mermaids. You could have said any one of those things, but you tried to lie about it, Kevin. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's not looking good for you either. Pure survival. Look, oh my God, one of the freak off mermaids' hair just caught on fire. This is pure survival. Oh my God. Look, now even in Diddy Glover's freak off fucking pool with the sex working mermaids, did you just see her hair catch fire? Like motherfucking Kid Cudi's car? Pure survival. Oh my God, Diddy had bombs in the motherfucking, oh my God, he had bombs in the hot tub. Had the motherfucking sex working mermaid's hair catching on fire. Look at this shit.
I'm not trying to tell myself, what's everybody use that word? Just me like, did the camera catch that? Got the camera.
That is
wow, that is abuse. That is abuse. That's abuse. That girl's hair caught fire. She probably did something wrong in Diddy's freak off dungeon or said something that Diddy didn't want. You know he had cameras on there and her hair just started to catch fire. That was some demonic shit. Pure survival. Oh my God. Look at her motherfucking freak off hair just catch on fire. This is crazy.
The reason Kevin is getting questioned is because of this newly rediscovered footage of him hosting a Diddy hotel party back in 2010.
I'm not trying to tell myself, what's everybody use that word? Just me like, did the camera catch that? Got the camera.
That is one bikini-clad woman's hair catching on fire in the hot tub.
That is sad. Like, I ain't even going front. I'm trying not to, you know what I mean? Like, it was kind of funny, pure survival, like how her hair just out of nowhere. But damn, that's crazy. So what did she do wrong where Diddy hit a button and her motherfucking, her freak off weave started burning, catching fire? Like Kid Cudi car. Like, that's why I believe Kid Cudi. Like, Diddy Glover can blow up a freak off mermaid's hair, a sex worker mermaid's hair. Like, right there in the goddamn water. That is crazy. That's
one bikini-clad woman's hair catching on fire in the hot tub. None of the celeb guests at this party have been accused of any wrongdoing.
But even if Hart is the link between Oprah, it doesn't prove she's as bad as him. But there are other incidents that do. For one, she was once very close to Harvey Weinstein, and after a grand Oscars speech supporting victims of sexual assault, she was called out by two people for her hypocrisy. So
she was tight. Oprah Winfrey was tight with Weinstein. Pure survival. What's his fucking name? Heinstein or Weinstein? So Oprah was close with Heinstein. Pure survival. So that's already sick right there. You were friends with Einstein, Oprah. Now it's time for you to go down. Look, Weinstein. Thank you, the lounge. Salute to the lounge. You know what I'm saying? So that sick motherfucker, Einstein, you was friends with him, Oprah. So how do we know them kids in them schools, them young girls, you wasn't putting Heinstein on them? How long have you been down with this shit, Oprah? Pure survival. I don't care how many times you dip your motherfucking your head inside of Gayle King's lap to lick her vagina and her dentures. That has nothing to do with me. Y'all two grown ass women, pure survival, between 6,000 and 7,000 years old. I'm worried about the fucking children. This shit is crazy.
Singer Seal.
Oprah is now being criticized for her speech that night by a very unlikely star.
Me too.
3 days after Oprah publicly supported victims of sexual assault in the wake of numerous allegations against Harvey Weinstein, singer Seal Instagrammed this meme, showing Winfrey kissing the disgraced mogul. It reads, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution."
Wow. So even Seal, everybody shout out to Seal. Y'all remember Seal? They always talk about Seal was ugly as a motherfucker, pure survival, and he got all them craters in his face. But it doesn't, it's about the person. Pure survival. I don't care if Seal is ugly as a motherfucker, but it's about the person. So Seal called Oprah out right there. He said, "Oh, you trying to act like you this good person, but you been a demon for years, and you kissing on Weinstein." You know what I mean? Pure survival. You kissing on motherfucking Weinstein after you was supposed to be doing the speech for abused women. That's crazy. That is
For assault, she was called out by two people for her hypocrisy. One was singer Seal.
Oprah is now being criticized for her speech that night by a very unlikely star.
Me too.
3 days after Oprah publicly supported victims of sexual assault in the wake of numerous allegations against Harvey Weinstein, singer Seal Instagrammed this meme, showing Winfrey kissing the disgraced mogul. It reads, "When you..."
Wow, so you kissing Weinstein. This is proof right here. This was a secret society. You know what I mean? They took this sick bastard down. Pure survival, and look at you kissing. You doing a motherfucking speech for women and battered people and people that's been assaulted and all this shit. But then you kissing the ear of a sick motherfucking bastard like that. Pure survival, Oprah. You should be ashamed of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Somebody prayers for Stedman. Prayers for Stedman. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? The hypocrisy. The hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? That's going on right here. And shout out to Seal for calling her out for this fake ass shit.
Against Harvey Weinstein, singer Seal Instagrammed this meme, showing Winfrey kissing the disgraced mogul. It reads, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution."
Please welcome
The 54-year-old who's appeared on Oprah's show captioned his post, "Oh, I forgot, that's right, you'd heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was..."
Wow, that's crazy. He said, you try to act like this, but you was a part of the problem for years. And Seal knew her ass. So Seal know. So Oprah, you've been a problem behind the scenes. Pulling strings and gatekeeping and all this shit. Now they calling you out. Now you done got caught up with Diddy and 200 freak-off tapes. That's crazy.
Serially assaulting young starry-eyed actresses, my bad. While Weinstein maintains his innocence, Seal hasn't commented further, and Oprah has not responded.
This moment is a really powerful time for everybody to get woke.
The other was actress Rose McGowan, one of the major accusers against Weinstein.
So Rose McGowan has put Oprah on blast. Rose recently called out Oprah on Twitter over her past associations with some controversial men. Rose wrote, quote, "From being pals with Harvey Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come."
Wow, so that girl said that Oprah Winfrey was as fake as it come, and she's all about supporting, like, for the power structure. That's crazy. Yeah. Oh man.
Put Oprah on blast. Rose recently called out Oprah on Twitter over her past associations with some controversial men. Rose wrote, quote, from being pals with Harvey Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come.
And people even pointed out how she steered clear of any direct mention of her former friend by trying to focus on the industry as a whole rather than calling out Weinstein. Some think it was because if she started going after him, then he could reveal her secrets as well.
Wow. So she didn't go after Weinstein because Weinstein and his sickness, pierce her Bible, he knew Oprah Winfrey's secrets. He knew his secrets. Weinstein did. And guess who else know her secrets? Diddy Glover. And so many other motherfuckers. And now Diddy is definitely telling, and Oprah, you're going down. Weinstein knew your secrets. Diddy Glover know your secrets. But the difference is Diddy Glover recorded your secrets. Pierce the Bible.
About supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come.
And people even pointed out how she steered clear of any direct mention of her former friend by trying to focus on the industry as a whole rather than calling out Weinstein. Some think it was because if she started going after him, then he could reveal her secrets as well.
Let's talk about what's happening with Harvey Weinstein. I know you posted on Facebook already, but you haven't kind of spoken yet publicly about what's going on.
I think that this is, I'm always trying to look for the rainbow in the cloud, the whatever is the silver lining.
How are you looking for the rainbow in the cloud of Weinstein, Oprah? Pierce her Bible. You know what I'm saying? When the man was a sick individual, where is the rainbow for the victims, goddammit? I'm talking to you, Oprah. Shut your goddamn mouth. Pierce her Bible. I'm looking at the goddamn gingivitis and the halitosis coming out your goddamn face. You gonna say something stupid like that, talking about you looking for the rainbows and the Skittles and the Starbursts and all this type of shit to come out of a sick individual because you couldn't call him out and say what it and call it what it was. You still was trying to protect that man. Pierce our Bible. We are surviving Oprah Winfrey's halitosis, and that's from eating motherfucking Gayle King's vagina. Pierce her Bible. Knowing that motherfucker stink like egg salad and old Taco Bell wrappers. Pierce her Bible.
About what's going on.
I think that this is...
Hold on, look, she ain't want to speak.
Friend by trying to focus on the industry as a whole rather than calling out Weinstein. Some think it was because if she started going after him, then he could reveal her secrets as well.
Let's talk about what's happening with Harvey Weinstein. I know you posted on Facebook already, but you haven't kind of spoken yet publicly about what's going on.
I think that this is... I'm always trying to look for the rainbow in the cloud, the whatever is the silver lining. And this is what I do know for sure. When something this major happens, when you have the fallout, 50 women coming forward, that it's a watershed moment. And what I do believe is actually happening is that, first of all, it's triggering a lot of unreleased pain, repressed anger, guilt, and suffering that a lot of women have had. I happened to be on set with several actresses the other day, and we were filming some things, and they hadn't slept over a period of 2 or 3 days, and I was like, what is that? I said, oh, you guys are suffering from PTSD.
And when you start talking about it out loud, too.
Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And so I think this is a watershed moment. And if we make this just about Harvey Weinstein, then we will have lost this moment. I think
you still trying to protect that man. Did you hear that? She talking around the question and talking about if we just make this about Weinstein, then we're not just going, he's the sick individual. Surviving the fact that he the sick individual, and what you mean we just making it about him? You was protecting this man and talking around the goddamn question, and just instead of saying he's a sick goddamn bastard, sorry for the motherfucking victims. You talked around that shit, Oprah. This shit is crazy.
And I was like, what is that? I said, oh, you guys are suffering from PTSD.
And when you start talking about it out loud, too.
Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And so I think this is a watershed moment. And if we make this just about Harvey Weinstein, then we will have lost this moment. I think this is a moment where no matter what business you work in, there have been women who not only had the disease to please, that's a part of it, but who felt that in order to keep my job, facade in order to keep my position, in order to keep moving forward. I've got to smile, I've got to look the other way.
She was even embroiled in sex trafficking rumors a few years ago, though they were later proven false, but it certainly affected her usually docile image.
Okay, so she was already alleged to be involved in sex trafficking. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button. I appreciate all of y'all. Share this video. We must protect our kids. These people that we looked up to and thought that they was for us, pure survival, for us, by us, like a motherfucking FUBU shirt, that was a lie the whole time. You know what I'm saying? All they about is money, power, and freak offs. You know what I mean? Money, power, freak offs, and baby oil, and taking advantage of motherfuckers. And now that they're sick skeletons, their motherfucking doors, their skeleton doors is opening. The Pandora's freak off cock has been opened. Pure survival. The Pandora's freak off maxi pad. You know what I'm saying?
Shuts down sex trafficking arrest rumors. The media mogul takes to Twitter to respond to awful rumors stating she had been arrested. After finding out her name was trending on social media, she decided to address the rumors. Oprah tweets, "Just got a phone call that my name is trending and being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true. Haven't been raided or arrested. Just sanitizing and self-distancing."
And she said she ain't been raided or arrested at that time. Sweetheart, it looked like they about to get you now. It looked like they about to get you now. You was confident that time, pure survival. But you didn't know that Diddy Glover was going to take you down. You and Gayle King's dentures.
Trending and being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true. Haven't been raided or arrested. Just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world. Stay safe, everybody. Conspiracy theory surfaced online claiming that Oprah had been arrested in connection with an alleged sex trafficking ring and that her house had been raided. Many fans and Oprah's famous friends are coming to her defense. A Wrinkle in Time director and filmmaker Ava DuVernay slams the disgusting rumor. She writes, "Trolls and bots began this disgusting rumor. Mean-spirited minds kept it going. Oprah has worked for decades on behalf of others, given hundreds."
She worked on for decades in behalf of others. You sound like one of Oprah's little gatekeepers yourself, sweetheart. Pure survival. You know what I mean? And you probably Oprah's side chick. We not listening to what you got to say. Gayle King's her main chick. Shorty, you Oprah's side chick. You know what I'm saying? So we not listening to what you talking about. Pure survival. We done been lied to by the industry for too long. And we are standing up and we're fighting back.
Hundreds of millions to individuals and causes in need. Shared her own abuse as a child to help folks heal. Shame on all who participated in this.
But while she can even assume innocence regarding her association to Weinstein, there are yet other incidents where she seemed to be involved in shady business.
Look at this. Look, where she seemed to be involved in shady business. Look at these young, innocent kids that don't know what she's into. Why they go to these countries, get these young kids happy to be with motherfuckers from America and not know what they may be getting involved in. And if she's allegedly was introducing these young people, you know what I'm saying, as they get like 15, 16, pure survival, and then traffic them over here, I'm saying, Oprah, these are the rumors that they've been saying about you. I don't know if you've been doing this for Diddy Glover, pure survival, but they definitely saying that Diddy Glover is testifying and has 200 tapes with you and Gayle motherfucking King getting y'all freak on, and he recording it, and he choking his chicken. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? So he dangling that shit in front of the feds' face, and they ready to let Diddy go. And this shit right here look crazy. Back in the day, this shit looked like something that would be happy. But when you know that these demonic people was involved in shit like that, it make you feel sad for these kids because they have no idea. They don't have like, you know what I'm saying, like how we grew up and you know what I mean, United States, we free. Some of these people that wasn't and get with them and they got money and make them, look, we gonna make your dreams come true and then put them in and be trafficking them. You know what I mean? This shit is just sad. Pure survival. It's just sad.
One example is the school she started for girls in Africa. What was supposed to be a golden opportunity turned out to be a nightmare when girls were found to be sexually assaulted by a matron.
You hear that? So the shit that she had with the school, come to find out some of the young girls was getting sexually assaulted by somebody that was working for her. That's crazy.
To Weinstein, there are yet other incidents where she seemed to be involved in shady business. One example is the school she started for girls in Africa. What was supposed to be a golden opportunity turned out to be a nightmare when girls were found to be sexually assaulted by a matron.
Wow, this is just sad. So some of them young girls was getting assaulted. Like, wow. Like, wow. The people that we trust. the evilness in that industry, man. And we just didn't know about it for all these years. You know what I mean? Like and subscribe and share this video, man. Like, we gonna see if they gonna let Diddy out, like, and Diddy gonna tell on these people. Like, I want him to tell on them. You know what I mean? Like, y'all been billionaires and all this shit for years and doing this sick ass shit. You know what I mean? Like, give that money to somebody that's gonna do right by the people. You know what I mean? Like, y'all monsters.
And I wanted to be able to be in control so I could manage what was going to happen in their lives. And so often what happens when you release it becomes back.
And you hear that? She said, I wanted to be in control so I can manage what happened in their lives. So how was they getting sexually assaulted and all of that shit when you wanted to be in control and you wanted to manage what happened with them? This is crazy.
And I wanted to be able to be in control so I could manage what was going to happen in their lives. And so often what happens when you release it becomes back to you. So that's what's happening. Just everything comes together at a point where you understand that your life is bigger than you ever imagined. You know, I never had children. Never even thought I would have children. And now I have $152. Expecting 75 more next year.
Wow. Expecting 75 more next year. That's definitely sound like some...
We arrested a former employee of who was working at Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. She was arrested yesterday for several charges, including assault, indecent assault.
You heard that? He said the woman that was working for Oprah Winfrey, a woman, assaulted these young girls. Like, how? Come on, man.
We arrested a former employee of who was working at Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. She was arrested yesterday for several charges, including assault, indecent assault, as well as soliciting girls under the age to commit indecent assault. And
So you telling me, Usher? Oh my God, Oprah, you going down? They said a former employee of Oprah Winfrey was, you know, sexually assaulting these girls. And hold on, what the fuck did she just say? I'm blown away.
Who was working at Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. She was arrested yesterday for several charges, including assault, indecent assault, as well as soliciting girls under...
Indecent assault and soliciting girls. Somebody that worked for you, Oprah. Pure survival. Indecent assault of these African kids, these African girls, and soliciting them, like selling them out. You telling me that don't sound like that was some shit that was set up with Diddy? Yo, that's crazy.
Children. I never had children, never even thought I would have children. And now I have $152. Expecting 75 more next year.
We arrested a former employee of who was working at Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. She was arrested yesterday for several charges, including assault, indecent assault, as well as soliciting girls under the age to commit indecent assault. And she's now at the Vereniging police cells.
I told him a checker for that. Thank you.
I think the school has been open because they handed us a report of what was happening there, and they asked us to investigate what was happening there. And on our investigation, we arrested a woman who is a former employee. I think they have been open to to make sure that all the criminal acts that have been taken place in the school are being investigated.
This was, after all, the promises Oprah made for their future. It seems weird that she didn't know what was going on in this situation as well. For something
Yes,
that was
it
under
seemed
her
weird
supervision
that she didn't know what was going on, and this was something under her supervision, and these young girls was getting trafficked and taken advantage of. That is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta see if they let Diddy Glover out. Didn't Oprah give all the girls cell phones? Yeah, yeah. So how they wasn't able to call and get help? Like, so they still in the conference hearing. So they still live. Hold on. Did they let Diddy Glover out yet? Yo, did they let Diddy out? Do y'all know if Diddy got released yet? I don't know yet. Let me see. Did they let him out? Hold the fuck. Oh, they didn't let him out? They denied it? Hold on. What the fuck happened? Let me see. Did they let him out? Because Oprah, you definitely next. This is crazy. You are next. Oh, he remains detained. Okay, so they kept his ass. So even with you snitching on Oprah and them, you probably ain't give him enough. This is just crazy, guys. Yo, smash that like button, man, and share this video. I appreciate all of y'all. We must protect our children. You know what I mean? We cannot be in the dark no more. As a people, we cannot be blinded by these motherfuckers. I don't want to hear y'all sit around and get all starstruck when you see celebrities and stuff like that, because everybody is human. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type person that go off of right and wrong during survival. I don't give a damn who you are. You could have been my favorite celebrity my whole life growing up. But if you did some sick shit with some kids or any of that type of stuff, I don't give a damn what the hell you done. You're a sick individual and you need to be prosecuted during survival. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to praise somebody that's just because you're a celebrity. You know, that's the problem. We would be praising people because that's the way they designed us to do years ago, because we wanted to follow our dreams and all of that. But we didn't know what they was trained. They was trained to take advantage of us when we come through the door because they got taken advantage of. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? So we need this to happen to make a change so we can change the industry. Shout out to Cora Johnson. Salute to Cora Johnson, said this is pure survival. Just hit that motherfucker super chat. You know what I mean? You guys was wonderful. You guys was great. And we're going to keep reporting live, you know what I'm saying, at the YouTube studio. You know what I mean? This is where we put our heads together and we must survive together. You know what I'm saying? And I love all of y'all. Like and subscribe. Because this was pure survival.